After an incredible start to the XCAL $5 Tuesday Series, the Cars and Stars take at it for their first short track event of the season at the USA International Speedway in virtual Lakeland, Florida. We welcome you to live coverage of the XCAL Racing Web Shop 225, round number 2 of the XCAL $5 Tuesday Series. We come on the air and say good evening, friends. Marty Sakala with you. Doug Burns is my color commentator and our producer in our production booth. Doug, we've got a fun one tonight. It's USA International Speedway, our first short track event of the season. It's really going to bring out the drivers that are going to be key contenders throughout the year.
Yeah, based on last season's races here, this is definitely going to be an exciting one. All the finishes in the last at this track have been epic, especially the final race here last season. But after last week, I mean, these guys really are going to have to step up the racing. I mean, that was an epic race. There was a lot of changes to leaders, a lot of new drivers in the field, a lot of guys really coming up to the top, and it's going to be an exciting race. Heck, my voice is still messed up from last week's race.
Absolutely. We got a bunch of storylines to talk about. First off, let's talk about your pole sitter. Your pole sitter of the race is Luke Turpin. Turpin had the pole position after heat race number 3. We got him right now. Luke, pole position time of 22.654 seconds. You're the defending champ. You're one of the best in XCAL racing. Talk about how you feel coming on into tonight.
Feeling real good, Marty. Got a good car. Just got to keep it clean. There's going to be a lot of people trying to get to the front, so maybe I'll just let them do their thing, just hang in there like I normally do, and give it a good run to the end here.
First short track event of the season, 225 laps. We're going to have probably a bunch of cautions we're expecting, not like the long runs we've had, because maybe a bunch of drivers are still iffy. How do you think about that coming on in? Because we know you're a guy when it comes to pit stops, normally known for those long runs.
Hey, I might have a little trick up my sleeve. You know, I always save that ace. Who's to say I'm running fuel mileage tonight?
Alrighty, we will let you go. Good luck tonight.
Hey, appreciate it. Can I give a shout out to my team owner and PR person, Matt Baer? I also like to thank Kogan Enterprises on the hood for this season. I'm super happy for that and happy for him. We got Rich D, 3Y Design with some fresh paint. It's gonna look even better next week. And Track Time Entertainment. And then one more thing, Marty. What do you think about XCAL running Rolex this week? Are you going to get to see Superman and the Ace on the same team?
Oh, man. And the broadcaster, too. Next weekend, it's going to be a blast running with you guys in the Daytona 24. I can't wait, man. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, man. Tune in, everybody, to check out Superman and the Ace on the same team.
We're going to have a lot of fun. That's Luke Turpin. Good luck tonight. So Luke Turpin is on the pole position. Let's talk with a bunch of other drivers we have. Let's talk about Albert Hewins and team owner Danny Sargent coming on in. And we'll bring them in to the booth right now. Doug, you've got control of them.
All right, first off, I have to ask Danny, I know it was a rough week for the J&S team last week, but at the end of the day, you guys came out on top. How are you feeling going into USA?
Oh, I think it's going to be an exciting night. As long as we stay alive, we were just talking about that. I think you make it through, you'll have a good finish.
Now, there was, Albie, I know you had a bit of a rough race, didn't get the finish where you expected. Do you have a new strategy coming into this one to see if you can get it to the front?
Something else we were also just talking about, and it's still kind of up in the air. Tracks like this, we know it's going to get a little rough. It's a shorter race than normal, so I haven't fully made our mind up yet, I guess.
Well, good luck tonight, Albie. And Danny, I have to ask you, how are you guys feeling coming into tonight? I mean, you've got a strong team, but obviously some struggles early in the season already.
Well, we can only hope for the best.
And last week's winner, obviously not in the field tonight. That's got to be a little disappointing for Joe, but I know you've got the team really came together at the end of last season. Are you guys just getting ramped up, and can we expect all the J&S conglomerate to be coming toward the front within a few weeks?
That's our plan.
Well, good luck tonight. I know you have several cars in the field. You have anybody up there spotting for your team tonight?
Joe's gonna try, but with the COVID, he doesn't know if he'll be able to make the whole race.
Well, hopefully he can. I heard that after last week, Gerald Danos Poole could have made Higgins blush. So, good luck to the entire J&S family tonight.
Thank you.
That's Danny Sargent. And yes, we do want to say a big hello to Joe Campbell. Wasn't really feeling well yesterday. Missed the show, last week's winner at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, but we hope he gets better soon and gets back in the car as soon as possible. Another driver that we are watching very closely is Chase Johnson in the number 83. Chase, you are the defending winner of this race last season. It was a close one. You won your heat race. I got to ask you, though, the competition has changed, though, since last year. What is it going to take to put your car in victory lane?
Just be smart, see how things go at the very beginning, see how the cards play out, and try to have the best strategy here at the end and see what happens.
Yeah, you're starting in the 5th position. Do you want to try and fight it up front for the race lead early, or just get a nice feel for the car early on in the long run? Because who knows what's going to happen for these 225 circuits?
The first, well, everybody's kind of got me right now on short run, so I'm probably just going to try to wait, save my stuff, and try to get them here on long run. I can't really compete with these boys in the first 10, 20 laps, but after that, we seem to be pretty good.
Well, we wish you the best of luck tonight, and tell Jeff you know what I like to say to him.
Actually, I don't even know. What do you like to say to him?
Okay, never mind then. Good luck.
Thank you.
That is Chase Johnson starting in 5th position tonight. In our final pre-race interview, Doug, you've got him covered. That is Brandon Varney in the 1.
Hey, Brandon. How are you feeling coming into USA tonight?
I don't know, man. I'm missing something. I'm hoping just to manage out at that top 15 and hope for the best for the next week.
Does it become an issue of just surviving and staying on the lead lap to get that if you're a little bit off here?
Yeah, well, fortunately, if you go a lap down, your race isn't over. I mean, there's going to be a lot of guys going a lap down here just with how big the track is, pit road mistakes, and this and that. As long as I keep the old XCAL proverb and XCAL is love and XCAL is life, so far that's worked out so far.
Well, I do know that the rehab definitely benefited you last week. Your XCAL rehab managed to keep you out of trouble until really late in the race. It looked like you were in contention and might pull off the win until the last little bit.
Yeah, just one of those typical wrong place, wrong times. As soon as everybody started wrecking behind me, I knew I wasn't going to win, and I was alright with that. I was in too many wrecks previously, so my car wasn't 100% even at the end. I saw Joe coming, like, yeah, he's probably going to be tough to hold up, but I'll give it a shot.
Well, it looks like practice has been interesting. A lot of guys don't appear to have the setup right, so you might still have a decent chance here, and we've seen you come back from behind before, so good luck tonight, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
That is Brandon Varney in the number 1. Couple minutes around from away from taking the green flag. Tonight's race is brought to you by the XCAL Racing web shop. Check out xcalracing.com/shop for all your XCAL needs, from apparel, hats, towels, and more from all your favorite teams. Our newest category includes flip-floppers and headbands. I definitely recommend taking a look at those flip-floppers. Let's give you your race analysis for tonight. 225 laps, just nearly 169 miles. Pit road speed is set at 35 miles an hour. This is a 3/4 mile track. Estimated purse is at $328. The banking 14 degrees in the turns, 2 degrees on the straightaways. This is a track where the low line is going to be extremely key here, Doug. However, though, this was talked about in the driver's meeting. Turn 2 and turn 4 is very slippery. You have to be careful on the exits.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that during practice. A lot of guys dealing, especially on cold tires, dealing with that loose handling, getting loose up off. And if you don't, once that car gets grip, then you start pushing into that outside wall. Seeing quite a few drivers hit the wall on the front straightaway. Not so much on the back straightaway yet, but you never know. It's definitely a tricky track. Both ends of the track actually drive completely differently. And you have to come off into the turns and off the turns. But corner exit, I think the last time we were here, we saw a lot of excitement off the exit of turn 4. It is bumpier off 4 and a little bit sketchier down there. So I think things are going to get really, really interesting, especially late in the race when everybody is pushing for everything they can get.
Absolutely. The fastest in practice is Jonathan Bronson at a 22.56. Remember, he won the final heat race of the evening and is expected to be a contender, looking for his first win in XCAL competition in the regular season. The checkers are out on the warm-up, and we are set to go racing. But first, we need to give you the starting lineup. Luke Turpin makes up the front row on the pole position with a 22.654 seconds, and Jonathan Bronson is next to him. Row number 2, John Friley and Austin Edwards. Row 3 is Chase Johnson and Jonathan Emerson. Remember, Johnson won this race last year. Row 4, Mason Foster and Aiden McConaughey. Rounding out the top 10 is Sean English and Jonathan Bergeron. Row number 6 is Patrick Sullivan and Steven Rex. Row 4, Matt Bear and the man that finished second in the second race at USA last year. That's Alex Krapser. Row 8 is Jorge Bustos and Kyle Martin. Row 9 is Derek Colson and Zach Edwards. Rounding out the top 20 is Tyler Jalbert and Matt Pelletier. Row 11, Richard Holliday and Josh Doobie. Row 12, Kenny Tripp and Blake Wynn. Row 13, Jose Gaudino and Dwayne Robinson. Row 14 is Robert Colgan and Travis Sukup. Row 15, Tim Marlowe and Travis Roland. Row 16, Kyle Bartos and Jeremy Leto. The 17th row, Brandon Varney and PDJ Zeller. Row 18, Albert Hewins and Tyler Batchelder. Row number 9, Greg Holes and Alex Hallinar. These 3 drivers made it in via provisional. Start 39 through 41st. Gerald Poole, Nicholas Seams, and John Domino. These 2 people starting from the rear tonight and starting with a strike. Alex Gretz in the 17 and Matthew Brinson in the number 7. Drivers that did not qualify in the order of provisionals: James Philippi, Joe Campbell, Ronnie Herman, James Johnson, Art Hendren, Don Jordan, Daniel Miller, John Brancaccio, Chris Johnson, Andrew Thornton, Brad Ebel, Josh Summers, Edmund Jones Sr., Sean Andrews, Edmund Jones, Jason Stoddard, and Jackson Lewis. As we take a look at our XCAL owner standings coming on in, again, 1 race in, Joe Campbell leads the points with 180. The 71 is second with 170. The 01 is third with 165 and a tie with the 88. 5th is the 16 with 160 points. 6th is the 99 with 156 points. 7th, the 25 with 144 points. 8th is the 4 with 137 points. 9th, the 57 with 135 points. And 10th, the 454, a 3-way tie with 134 points. We are set to go racing. This time by Aaron Hillebush will wave the green flag. The iRacing pace truck will make its way into pit road. As we say, race fans, it's time to strap in and hold on tight, because these men are about to turn them loose and drop the sledgehammer. The defending champion brings the field to green. It is showtime at Lakeland, Florida.
Yep, Turpin.
And up. Yes, go ahead.
Turpin starting up front ought to be interesting, because we know, you mentioned it when you talked to him, the strategy out of that driver and him getting that starting spot. Could he run this thing and lead the whole way?
Absolutely, that's going to be a big question. Turpin immediately cleared Bronson off the start. Then it's Austin Edwards, John Friley. They're side by side for 5th. Chase Johnson edging out Mason Foster. We've got one blanking at the moment. That's Jonathan Emerson in the 14, but they duke it out for P number 5 off of turn 4. Johnson still with the edge on the exit.
Yeah, this is, you mentioned the low line will be key here tonight. That is definitely the, we got one loose.
Foster! What a save! We got another driver loose, 3 drivers loose, and somehow they keep it straight.
What a save by Mason Foster, man. That was epic drive off that turn. That was, and having so many drivers just get loose there. We talked about it in the pre-race that off turn 2 and especially off turn 4, things are going to get really, really dicey here. As they come back around turn 4, I fully expect to see a few more, but now that tires are starting to get some heat into them, it's going to get a little bit better. But you mentioned there in pre-race that low line is going to be key here tonight.
Oh, hard shot! Hayden McConaughey took the wall in turn number 2. Gives him some right side damage. You see it. It feathered up the right side of the machine. And he just got loose again off turn 4. Another driver is loose behind them. And that allows Steven Rex to take away the 10th position. Chaos early here. And speaking of chaos, Patrick Sullivan makes a tremendous save in turn 2. My goodness, do these drivers think it's Tokyo Drift early on?
Apparently so. We talked about that low line being key, but I think some of these guys are going to be trying to run that high line here early. Oh
man. Sullivan is loose off for turn 4 again. Excuse me, is that Tyler Jalbert actually? Yes, it is. There's another one sideways in front of him. That's Jorge Bustos in the 61. Getting crazy early. This is only lap 6.
Yeah, there is just excitement all over, and I think we'll see that high line come in later in the race as some of these guys have to run up there to try and offset the loose condition. That loose condition will be worse running that bottom line, but as they run that top line, build some heat and lay down some rubber, these guys that are loose down on the bottom and in the middle, they might be able to make something exciting happen up on the high side.
Battle for 9th position. Steven Rex takes away P9. Zach Edwards takes 10th on John Frawley in the 28. I believe there was a deal that came about with John Frawley to drive car number 28, and then I don't think the 06, yes, the 06 is in the field, driven by Matthew Brinson, who is starting from the rear tonight. So a little bit of a change to the starting lineup compared to the official lineup we were given at pre-race time. So that continues to be the best battle on track, but Luke Turpin leads early, and Austin Evers is in second. Look who has made his way up from the 9th position. That is Sean English in the 960. Finished second in heat race number 1, and he is expected to be a key contender this season. One of the best in street stock setups.
Yeah, he definitely has the I rating to back it up, and man, to come through that field as quickly as he had, up 6 spots in 10 laps, especially with all the cars getting loose in the top 10 and him managing to keep that car out of trouble. The top 3 now nose to tail. Any one of them makes a mistake and the position's going to change, but when you got Turpin and Edwards up front, there's not going to be many mistakes had. Meanwhile, Foster has made his way up into 6th, even after getting loose, and Jonathan Emerson and Alex Craps are battling it out right behind him. The J&S team, it definitely trying to make up for, they get the win last week, but a lot of their team finishing outside the top 10, they are looking to make that up tonight.
Perhaps to remember, finished second in the second USA race last season. That was in a photo finish to Kendrick Cryer, who was then in the 48. Biggest mover of the race so far is up 12 positions in the number 17, currently in 30th position. That is Alex Gratz. Good start to the car early, started from 42nd because of a penalty in the previous week, as we confirm here from our notes that Gratz suffered an EOL into the next race because of an illegal lane change up at Charlotte.
Yeah, a bit of excitement last week in Charlotte too. If you guys haven't seen, as we've got a pass for second, Sean English gets under Austin Edwards and takes second. Looks like Austin not really fighting it, then English gets into the wall out of 2.
Give you a fun fact, it only took us 13 laps for a chat to get disabled. Jonathan Bronson early to the pit of misery with this chat disabled for the rest of this race. So for those of you folks that are looking forward to the Radioactive, guess what? You won't be hearing his voice early for the rest of this race and pretty much in general when it comes to Radioactive. There's a battle, speaking of Bronson, in a battle with Chase Johnson. That is for position number 4 on the track. Let's ride along here with Johnson. Remember last year's winner at USA. It looks like Bronson continuing to get a little bit of understeer on the exit of the corner. We talked about in the driver's meet how PDJ Zeller and Aaron Hillebush mentioned got to be very careful in turns 2 and 4. And again, we saw it at the start. So many drivers get really loose, but they were able to correct it, make a nice save.
Yeah, and you watch as they come off. We've seen Chase hit the wall. We've seen Bronson hit the wall. We've seen a lot of drivers smacking the outside wall off of 2 and off of 4 so far tonight. Expect to see most of these cars having right side damage by the end of the race. Meanwhile, right behind Mason Foster, trying to get a better look. Foster is battling right now with Crapser. And
for 6th position.
Yep, and it looks like Crapser comes out on top.
Absolutely. Crapser starting 14th. He is up to 6th. We've got a battle for the race lead also brewing up between Luke Turpin and Sean English. This is going to be a good one. Remember, a couple laps ago, English made the pass for a second. I don't think English is going to waste a lot of time. He wants to go to the front. He takes a peek inside.
Yeah, I think Luke Turpin might fight just a little bit harder than Austin Edwards did. I think Austin just made a strategy move to let him go and stay right there with him. But now English has the nose down. Turpin tries to oh my gosh. They almost touched.
Yeah, there may have been a touch of the bumpers there in the corner, and nearly Turpin got turned, but Sean English backed off just a little bit. But again, English not wasting time early. He wants to go to the front, and the top 2 pulling away from Austin Edwards by just about. The gap currently between 2nd and 3rd is about 0.4 of a second.
I'm surprised they were getting away from Austin this quickly. I think he might just be settling into a rhythm because the cars behind really aren't gaining on him. I think he's just giving himself a little bit of buffer room there in case something happens. I'm sure he saw Sean looking inside of Turpin trying to make something happen, and here we are. He's playing it a little bit safer.
Yeah, English just being patient once again as you ride on board with a 960. In the corner, he just followed. Ooh, Turpin didn't do really well in the center of the corner, was off just a little bit compared to English. I think English got back on the gas first compared to the 454 in the corner. We got to take a look and see what happens there. When you take a look, by the way, for those wondering at home, when you take a look at Luke Turpin's stats from the past few seasons at XCAL Racing, if we take a look at the tracks he has raced at, specifically at USA International Speedway, our stats are provided by Sim Racer Hub. He has a win in Super Trucks racing, but when you go outside of the Super Trucks, his best finish is only 4th in official races. And that came in the 2nd race of 2021. The first race of 2021 at USA finished in 32nd, and in both of those races, he led over 100 laps.
Yeah, that is one thing he is really good at doing. If he does not have the winning car, like in the situation he's in now, he has to know Sean is a little bit faster, but he knows how to hold on to that lead some laps, at least get some bonus points out of it before he gives up that lead. He is definitely one of the best at the strategy for the race. Obviously, also the best at fuel saving, because we've seen him stretch at tracks like USA 10 or 15 laps more than everybody else. So he's got something going there, and I expect to see him lead quite a few laps tonight, even if he doesn't pull off the win.
Got a report in the back of the field that Alex Gratz in the 17, who we talked about earlier, has been a hard charger in the race. He's currently up 15 spots. We are getting reports that he is blanking at the moment, but right now, from our perspective, he's looking pretty good. Current hard charger of the race is the 06 of Matthew Brinson, running in 25th, starting from 33rd spot.
Yeah, and they're getting single file through the field right now. Everybody's settling in. Even though it's one of the shortest races of the year, they still know they have a long way to go. Look right behind him, the 17 gets together with the 1. That was Brandon Varney and Alex Gratz. And Gratz just got into the inside on Varney and tried to make sure he didn't hit him. Ended up getting himself a little bit loose, manages to save it. He'll go at it again. Obviously, as we noted last week, Brandon Varney back in XCAL after going through XCAL rehab.
Tell you this, just listening through on the Whale PD, the driver chat, 17, I don't think is really too happy. Almost got a bumper there on Brandon Varney. That is a battle for 26th position at the moment. But yeah, like you said, we'll talk about this right now, Doug. Looks like the field currently just holding their ground at a single file line. You see PDJ Zeller just got passed by Brinson for 23rd spot. But everyone currently really single filed out the most parts of this race at the moment. We just had a change for the lead, by the way.
Whoa! Yeah, Varney and the 17 are definitely having an on-track disagreement. It looked like the 17 got to the inside of him down the front straightaway, gave Varney a little bump, but manages to clear him. And then in the middle of 1 and 2, Varney was saying, I'm not a fan of that, gives him a little bump. Not enough to turn him around, but definitely enough to rattle his cage.
Let's go back to a replay, by the way, as Sean English just recently took the lead away. Let's see if we can try and find this here, Doug, on Luke Turpin to go to the point.
There's so many positions changing right
I
now.
know, right? I'm trying to find this, too, on my end. Here we go, 13:07, as Sean English simply goes. Oh, they made contact for the lead. There was a door slam. English was not afraid, and immediately into turn 1, he cleared Luke Turpin.
We'll keep looking for that while the race goes on, as it looks like the leaders are finally getting into lap traffic. Already 33 laps into this one.
Absolutely. Already our first driver they've already lapped is Jeremy Leto. Second is Nicholas Seams, and they are actually battling for 42nd position at the moment. Let's go to another good battle happening on track. We'll watch this one for 9th spot. Stephen Rex, Aiden McConaughey, Zach Edwards, and Kyle Martin. Martin driving the former number of Jordan Babinger, who we have yet to see in XCAL racing this season. Give him a big hello if he is watching at home on How to Suck at iRacing. But they're currently just being safe, single file. McConaughey, we should talk about him. Finished second last week at Charlotte. Almost took the win from Joe Campbell. And he was just hoping Joe Campbell would have spun out thanks to Jose Gaudino.
Yeah, but he did say after they got clear and they were going down the back straightaway, he was content to push Joe to that first win. It was definitely some great sportsmanship. At one point, it looked like he had a run, but knew he could not safely clear him before the start-finish line without doing a little bit of door banging. Decided to push his buddy to the lead, and now McConaughey drops down to the bottom. He's going to take the position.
9th position is his. Oh, he got loose off the corner. Could still help Rex as they drag race into turn 1, and Rex not having the preferred line at the moment. This could help out Zach Edwards in car number 6-2 as McConaughey clears and takes away 9th position. Best side-by-side battle on the track for 10th, and Rex may lose another spot here. Kyle Martin wants 11th spot. He's not afraid to use the door, as Rex may have gotten loose off of turn 4. I don't know if there was contact, actually, Doug.
It didn't look like there was any contact. They got really close, but these guys know that they're going to be up next to each other. This track it looks wide enough for 3 wide, but really, when these guys get 3 wide, a lot of chaos ensues. So just 2 wide around here can get a bit tricky. These guys are just pushing it to the limit, but they're showing, at least most of the field, showing a lot of respect, giving room, playing it safe, at least here in the early going.
How about we go to a battle for the 14th position? Richard Holiday and Josh Doobie in the 03 and 13. Doobie may recognize that 03 number because that's the number he drove to victory lane at Texas Motor Speedway last season. And Holiday, we know him, one of the best drivers in XCAL racing. He raced a couple of races last year, but came oh so close to a victory.
Interesting note about that win at Texas. That was his first ever XCAL race. Went out and won it. And won it in fairly dominant fashion. I think he had like almost a half a lap on second place when they came to the checker flag. There was no competition, and he was really close on fuel, but managed to save a lot of fuel on that last lap, just knowing that he had a huge gap.
Hearing that, Aiden McConaughey may be blinking as well. Jonathan Emerson is McConaughey's next target. That is for 8th position. They've closed in on Emerson about maybe a 10th per lap on average.
Looking through these guys, it's about to get really interesting as Sean English has cleared some lap traffic, but he's starting to make his way back up to the next group.
Emerson is loose. Here comes McConaughey to the inside as Emerson taps the wall. Entering turn number 1. Let's see if Emerson can tuck in line. Yes, he does. Emerson falls back to 9th, and McConaughey takes away 8th position easily. I don't know if Emerson's going to fight back early here. I don't think he will, as there is lap traffic ahead of them.
You know what's interesting, sitting here watching, I know you're seeing the same data as I am, but every single lap, we are seeing a ton of passes. There is a lot of back and forth, a lot of give and take, and I think we're going to see a totally different field at the front than we see at about the halfway point and late in the race than what we see right now, because there is some guys towards the back starting to make their way forward once it got single file. Guys like Matthew Brinson, who started in 43rd and now up to 21st. You've got guys like Alex Grates, who's up to 23rd. You've got a lot of guys that are really, even newcomer, Matt Pelletier. He started back in 20th. He's up to 13th. Behind him, Doobie started 22nd and is up to 14th. So there are really some of these fast guys starting to come to the front, and the first short track race of the XCAL season, I guarantee you there's going to be more excitement before this thing's all said and done.
Chase Johnson starting to approach lap traffic on Jeremy Letto, who is in 40th position, as here is the battle between Johnson and Krapser for 5th position. This is getting interesting. Leto's letting them go by. Literally, he's Letoing them go.
But
yeah. And Johnson pulls down. Is he coming into pit road? He is coming into pit. We got pit stops early here on lap 47, and Johnson's the first one to strike.
And this is very, very peculiar because historically these guys can go a lot longer. I don't see any damage to the car, so this has to be a fuel stop. Sean English is now hitting pit road, I do believe. Nope. Sorry, I misread that. Sean English is still out, but interesting to see that pit stop so early. I would have not expected it for another 20 laps.
The window, I was told, thanks to the 52 of Tim Marlowe talking with him earlier today, I believe it was about 50 to 60 laps we would expect pit stops. So they're a little bit close there. Either that or they may be planning a short pitting plot to see if they can get the 4 tires advantage, the horsepower advantage, but at the same time have a little bit of worse tires at the moment. So 2 drivers that are in the pits. And we're about to see another driver, a 3rd driver come in, that being John Friley in the 28, this time by. A lot of drivers coming on in. Lap number 50 underway. Sean English is the race leader. You'll continue to see pit stops in just a moment from USA International Speedway. Stay with us.
Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL Super Fan. Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL Super Fan. This race is obviously going to be a doozy, so I'm getting boozy. Howdy, partner. I'm so excited for next week's event that I'm shaking. Totally different shakes. Howdy, partner. You're watching XCAL Racing.
We are back here at USA International Speedway as you see the race leader, Sean English, come on into pit road. Drivers have to be very careful, by the way, when they come into pit road at a speed of 35 miles an hour because it's starting to be a little bit slippery with a little bit of marbles on the entryway.
No surprise, Luke Turpin has not come to pit road yet. I expect him to stay out at least a few laps longer than everybody else, and as we see a little smoke in the middle of 3 and 4.
Yeah, we had trouble, by the way. That was Doobie. In the number 13, there was a little bit of contact, by the way. Watch the replay, and I don't know if we can watch the replay in turn number 3, but Tyler Jalbert bumped the number 66 of John Domino, and they came down, and Doobie was an innocent bystander, and Jalbert at the same time comes in. They may get him for speeding on pit road because of that, but at the same time, Jalbert will take 4 fresh tires.
Definitely an interesting situation, and you were talking about it a moment before. Let's see if we can pull the right replay here. Does not look like we have it, but that was Doobie's. There you see the last part of it. Looks like somebody was blinking as they came down, but that you were talking about it just before that happened, that this is a bit tricky. The longer they're out there, the more problems they have getting to pit road. Later pit stops here historically have been really, really problematic as more and more marbles wash down the track. No surprise that Austin Edwards has yet to come to pit road. Everybody else, for the most part, is on pit road or on their way down.
Top 2 have yet to pit, Austin Edwards and Jonathan Bronson. I think Edwards is trying to take a play out of Luke Turpin's book, but we are hearing that Austin Edwards is about to come into pit road, and yes, he is coming in, and I believe Jabroni is also entering the pits, and he is, and we'll see who that gives the lead to. I would assume if he doesn't come in, maybe Nicholas Seams, because he is yet to pit. I'm not too sure, but we can tell you that Sean English is out of the pits, and he is ahead of Luke Turpin by about 3 seconds, and continues to make his way up through the field.
Yeah, Nicholas Seams has not been to pit road yet. He has been way back in the pack. He started in 40th. I guarantee it, he has not pushed that car to its limit yet, just due to being stuck in a lot of traffic. He might be able to go a lot further than everybody else by virtue of that, and might be hoping here he can get a caution. And we have seen cautions caused by entering and exiting pit lane here at USA more than once, especially last season.
We've seen a little bit of drivers, by the way, as they come out, use a little bit too much gas, putting up a little bit of a smoke show. Could that affect some of the drivers?
I think it's going to depend on what they're saying. If they have heavy smoke settings, then it could very well. And these guys aren't going to be able to see. There's a lot of dust, dirt, debris going up, and it's going to throw some of those marbles up into the window, plus the smoke. It could get very, very exciting. Nicholas Seams finally comes to pit road. Sean English is going to reassume the lead. I am really surprised Luke Turpin only went 1 lap more than Sean English did.
Me too. A couple of chats, by the way, have been disabled during that cycle. Travis Roland, Mason Foster, John Domino, Nicholas Seams. All of their chats have been disabled. Good battle on track for position number 3, Austin Edwards and Chase Johnson. And Johnson, look at the right side closely. He actually has pounded the wall during a previous occasion, and he continues to lose spots. I think this was recent here, Doug.
It could very well have been. He had a little bit of damage before pit stops on that right side, but it looks like after the pit stops, it has gotten quite a bit, especially around that right rear tire. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer view on that right side, but it looks like he is. I'm guessing he got loose on fresh tires. It does look like he took at least right side tires, and I believe he just got loose and smacked the wall. The 9's in the wall right in front of him.
Oh, that is the 9 of Thanos Pool, I believe it is, and that is. Remember, he's a lap down, so he has to let drivers go by. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, sorry. It looked like he hit the wall out of turn 2 as well. The things we've talked about all night. That corner exit here is extremely difficult, and obviously it is starting to impact some of the drivers.
Absolutely. Let's go to another good battle happening on track, in traffic too. Aiden McConaughey working on Zach Edwards, battling for 7th position, working on a lap car. That is Travis Sukup in the number 29. As Zach gets a little bit squirrely off the corner, McConaughey tries to take advantage of that. Maybe possibly use Sukup as a pick, but I don't see that happening.
Now, you know something I did just notice? The chat is really quiet tonight, and we've got guys cheering for Edwards High Performance, and of course we got the J&S conglomerate cheering, but it's really quiet. Some of you folks need to tell us who you're cheering for tonight.
We got someone in YouTube rooting for VOM.RED.
Yeah,
they always root for people. I know it is. I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun here. McConaughey inside on Zach Edwards, who almost turns him as they work on the lap car of Jose Gaudino. Remember, 1 car per lane. I think they just realized Gaudino was there, and McConaughey backed out of it.
Gaudino had a rough end of the race last week for sure. Being caught up in having the car just completely broke. He was trying to limp it back around. Something went horribly wrong, and right after the white flag, he ends up stopped in the middle of turn 2. Joe Campbell hits him on his way to victory, but man, that was an epic save by Joe Campbell. Just hitting the car, never lets up. Car gets sideways, and he manages to hold on and go for the win. I think that's a finish we're going to be talking about for a while.
McConaughey makes the pass on Edwards for 7th position. Foster tries to follow suit. And again, Zach Edwards on a line that no one wants to go in, and I think Foster just scraped the wall for a moment. No damage though, but may have just... And then Foster clears them, may have put the bumper. No, that got a little bit too close for Ware. And Alex Helenar had a good perspective of it right behind him.
Yeah, and we have to talk about Mason Foster, man. Last half of last season, he was coming on extremely strong and has continued to impress early in the season here. But look who's back in 10th, Kyle Martin of JBSRL. He is currently up to 10th after starting in 16th. And look who is in 11th. That is crazy.
From 40th to 42nd, to 11th.
Now 10th.
I have 11th on my end. He probably is going to be a couple of moments away from taking 10th from Kyle Martin.
You're correct. I had a glitch there, but looked like somebody blinking changed the scoring for a second. But yes, he is in 11th. But yeah, things are about to get really exciting mid-pack.
Whoa, look at this. Change for 2nd spot. Austin Edwards goes by Luke Turpin on the outside. That is interesting. It's like that Turpin just let Edwards go.
Could very well be. We saw Luke Turpin playing it a little bit easier. I mean, when he was in the lead, he was fighting off Sean English. But now that he's in 2nd, he doesn't need to battle. And he did not stay out and pull the long run like we've seen him do in the past. I'm guessing that Turpin is playing it safe. This might be the run that he is going to use to save fuel, stretch it out. He did say he has a few surprises up his sleeve tonight.
I think this is one of them too. Do you think he's trying to save tires too?
Good question. Looks like he took right sides only, and I mean, there's 75 laps into this. They'll only need to take lefts one time, so if he's saving tires and fuel, he might make that next stop might be his lone 4-tire stop here. We did see some of them in the longer race at the end of last year. We saw some of these guys not change left side tires at all and make it work. So there's several different strategies, but look at the lap car battles right in front of him.
It is getting crazy. It's like a monsoon at the moment. I see the 8 Travis Roland trying to fight his way to get a wave around it for yellow to come out. The 66 is up there of Domino. You got Colson trying to see what is ahead of Edwards at the moment. There's the 19 of Greg Holes. He's moments away from lapping. Meanwhile, Sean English has a 4.9 second lead. That's crazy.
Yeah, not surprising here on this short track with what with the speed he was showing early on. I think he might be one to watch the remainder of the season, especially on these short tracks. He has got something figured out. Obviously, a guy with a almost 7,000 I rating is pretty darn good at driving a race car, and it is showing here tonight. That car is definitely making his way toward the front.
Let's go to 11th position. Matt Bear, Kyle Martin having an exchange at the moment. Gotta give a shout out to Matt Bear for joining me in the broadcast booth during heat race number 5. Bear's his first start of the season. Did not make the show last week after getting spun out by Jeremy Little with 2 to go in the final heat race. But currently right now showing a good strong return in 11th spot.
Man, this is crazy. That Alex Grates, that is insane how much he has come up through this field so far. Obviously a lot of lap traffic and a long way to go, but you know, he's come up, what, 30 some odd spots in 80 laps. I just that consistency, that way of making his way through the field, I would not be surprised to see him up battling with Sean English before too terribly much longer.
Congrats in the number 17 machine. Just double checking my notes, driving for the Chris Johnson owned racing team. No Chris Johnson in the field tonight. Actually was 2 laps away from having the final provisional, and then he ran out of fuel, and he is not in the show.
And look at our leader, Sean English. He had a run on Varney on the high side to lap him, but Varney was not giving up that position. He drops back, so he is actually stuck. And you mentioned a minute ago, he had a 4.5 second lead. Already a half a second has been chopped away by Austin Edwards in second place. So expect to see, if English can't get through this lap traffic soon, then we could see a battle for the lead.
Oh, man! That's Marlowe that got loose in the 52. Battling with Pelletier and Varney for 18th on track.
Wow, this battle is insane, especially with the leader right behind him. These guys have to be extremely careful, but they are still battling.
Oh, boy! Varney and Pelletier having words right in front of the hack.
Oh, my gosh. And the leader, I think he might have given Varney a nudge.
Yeah, he did. Holy smokes, it is getting crazy. Right now, nobody's saying anything on the radio, but I'm assuming there are a lot of drivers that are not happy.
I would bet so. This is crazy, and Sean English obviously finally getting through here, but he lost quite a bit of ground.
Yeah, he lost 1.2 seconds in that.
So Austin Edwards now just 3.8 seconds
back. Hang on. Varney loose off of 2. He got the bumper from Pelletier in a battle for 19th.
This might, we've seen Varney get into, have a disagreement with another driver earlier on. Now a different spot and getting bumped around. You know he's had that anger, man. Oh!
How many bumps has Pelletier given him? Way too many to count.
I don't know, but that one was a little bit more than a bump. He is definitely not pleased, but Pelletier ended up losing some ground on that one. Lost a couple spots.
That cost him 2 spots, excuse me. Lost a spot to Kyle Bartels and now Patrick Sullivan. Almost lost 3 with PDJ Zeller a part of that battle too.
Looking to see if Austin is now 3.6 seconds behind and quickly gaining a lot of ground as Sean English has finally cleared lap traffic for the moment, but he does have more ahead. And this is one of those tracks that once the leader starts lapping cars, he'll only have brief moments of clear racetrack before he gets back into the mess. And these messes in front of the leader did impact several races last season.
Absolutely. Let's go to a good battle happening for 12th. We talked about, for 11, we talked about the Matt Bear, Kyle Martin battle. This involves now Steven Rex, Jonathan Emerson in this battle. Good racing happening so far. This is a good run for Steven Rex. This is a better run than I've seen from him in the past.
Yeah, this group is really some of the guys you weren't expecting to see up here battling, especially this early in the season with newcomers like Kyle Martin, and you got Steven Rex in there as well, who had a rough end to last season. But these guys are getting up here and getting in the fight. It's nice to see the veterans up there as well as some of these newcomers.
Absolutely. As we take a look at the stats from Steven Rex last season, average finish was in 20th position and only 1 top 5 and 4 top 10s. He's coming closer and closer to a top 10 at the moment.
Yeah, I fully expect Steven Rex, the way he has come on this season, I fully expect to see him in victory lane before it is all said and done. He definitely has a lot more aggression, got a lot better setup under the car, and seems to have spent a lot of time in the off-season practicing. He's got something figured out, and it is starting to show.
Alex Krapser at the moment closing into Luke Turpin, closed in by, it's a 10th back actually. Luke Turpin was faster by, but here we go in the battle for 3rd position. This is close at the moment.
Yeah, it really is. Krapser started in 14th, up 10 spots already. He's another one that we saw him in victory lane once or twice last season, especially in the in the All-Star race. We saw him up battling for the lead. He had several races where he was really close to getting the win, just couldn't get it completed. I really expect to see him up there battling with guys like Austin Edwards for multiple wins this season.
For 6th position, Chase Johnson, Aiden McConaughey going at it. 2 tenths separating each other as they go by the lap car, trying to see who that is. Is that the 45 of what Robertson? That is. And Robinson gives McConaughey the bumper. He is loose off of 2. What a save, but not the best move by a lap car.
Oh, definitely not. I am sure McConaughey, although McConaughey is one, I don't think that we've ever heard him getting a chat ban before. One of the calmest drivers out there, but I guarantee you he is not pleased with a lap car giving him the bumper there.
I just heard McConaughey's radio. Here's what he said. Young money, cash money.
Okay. Well,
it's funny.
Obviously, he wasn't too terribly mad about it because he saved it, but I can only imagine what it would be like if he got it wrecked. It's right in front of him. They tried. It looked like they were going to try and go 4 wide into 1 and 2.
It's getting crazy, man.
This
It is
lap
getting
traffic.
crazy. Oh my! They're working on Coulson.
Look at the move by McConaughey. Sees them all.
Oh man! Coulson got into McConaughey. Holy moly! They're gonna wreck each other. Oh, there goes Shelburne. He takes Chase Johnson with him. Oh my goodness! We're under caution for the first time.
Let's take a quick look at the flaming karma replay. The banging down the front straightaway behind them, but they were just slamming each other into the door. The 04 gets loose. As he saves it, he gets into Chase, and Chase just goes around nowhere to go. Now, this does come into the strategy at this point in time, as they've all been out there for about 40 laps. This could be where we see some guys make that 4-tire stop.
Dauber and Johnson not happy with each other, and I think this is going on the 04. And man, a hard shot for Johnson, who's got damaged sides, and he just got turned again, I think. No, he was coming down, waiting for the field to come by. Nope, no issues there, but we are about to see pit stops. Pit road is open, by the way. And everyone came in. The first driver to stay out is Alex Krapser, and he pit on lap 58.
Yeah, and Luke Turpin was one of the first ones to come to pit road, and you know he's going to stop here, but the question is, does Turpin take 2 or 4
He's already
tires?
Yeah, I would assume it'd be 4 tires because he's on the left sides. He's got the jack up on the lefts.
Yep, I'm willing to bet that this is Turpin's only 4-tire stop in the whole race. And now it looks like Krapser and the rest of the field are going to come to pit road.
Absolutely. So while we do this, while the leaders come into pit, we'll step aside, take another break under the first caution tonight at USA International Speedway.
partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. This race promises to be a doozy, so I'm getting boozy. Howdy, partner. I'm so excited for next week's event that I'm shaking. Totally different shakes. Howdy, partner. You're watching XCAL Racing.
We're back here at USA International Speedway as we get ready to go back to green. We have received word that the incident with Tyler Jalbert and Chase Johnson was. Oh, we had someone spin! Somebody just spun under the yellow. There was contact.
I think that was Bronson. I'm not 100% sure. That's the alert.
That was the 28 of Riley right in front of Luke Turpin. And I'm taking a look at this. Oh, he came front. Remember, there's a rule in XCAL Racing where if you have a wave around, you have to go to the high side. And those that stay straight have to keep them low. And that is going to be under review. There was contact between Bronson and Friley.
And Friley is on the short end of the stick as he gets sent right in front of Luke Turpin. And
wow,
that's not going to go well. That is not the way that that anybody wants this season to start as we get the 1 to green.
Absolutely, and just double checking here on everything else here as everyone's just figuring stuff out at the moment. But stuff has just gotten really crazy after what we just saw.
Yeah, and it looks like they are extending the caution now to sort this mess out. Obviously, I don't think all last season, I don't think we ever saw something like that. That it might be a first in XCAL history. A season of firsts so far.
Absolutely. So while we're at it, we can give this opportunity to tell you about K2 Sauce, the official sauce of XCAL Racing. It's an everything sauce from barbecue to steak to ketchup and more all in one. The only sauce you'll ever need, also available in hot. So drivers are all currently figuring out where they have to stay behind. Remember, every driver has to check their heads up display on where they all have to be. But man, crazy first caution we have had tonight.
Yeah, and I'm actually trying to remember the last time we had an incident under caution. I think was.
I want to say it was Michigan.
Oh yeah, you're right, because that would bring us to the why Brandon Varney had to go to XCAL rehab.
And we are getting word that EOL penalties have been given. Now they check up. Everything's being checked up here. Currently at the moment, oh my goodness. We have gotten words that, yeah, go ahead, absolutely.
There was a car stopped on the inside of the front straightaway.
And they have given the disqualification. They have kicked out Jonathan Bronson. He has been parked from the race. He has been disqualified. He originally had an EOL along with John Friley. Oh my goodness. And we're hearing that numbers were a little bit messed up prior to the green flag. But man, oh man.
A bit of excitement there. Like we were talking about, Varney was the last time at Michigan, was the last time we saw an incident under caution, and now here we've had a couple of them.
So, as we get ready to go back under the green flag, let's reset the field for you. Austin Edwards and Luke Turpin, that is row 1. Row 2, Sean English and Matt Baer. Row 3, Alex Krapser and Aiden McConaughey. Row number 4 is Mason Foster and Steven Rex. Row 5, Kyle Martin and Tim Marlowe.
Tim Marlowe, we haven't even talked about him tonight. He started 29th. He's up to 10th. Another one coming through the field as the pace truck drops in.
Here we go. Edwards, the control car, immediately fires. We are back to green. 105 laps are complete.
And Edwards already getting clear. Sean English clears Turpin. And now they're back to 3 in a row, single file for the moment. As look who's up in 4th now. Matt Bear is battling with Alex Krapser for 4th. Mason.
Something else we got to watch closely. The driver's getting loose just like that. Matt Bear, can he save it? And to Foster. Wow. That was close. Again, cold tires, drivers getting loose off the exits. Got to be very careful with that. I think they're good off of turn 2, but turn 4 just appears to be a scary situation as we've got the battle for the lead heating up here.
Yeah, looking in the middle of the field before we go back to the lead just to see, does anybody else get loose? Not this time. Going back up to the front, Austin Edwards has the lead for the moment, but Sean English has already gotten back to that back bumper. And now's the time where you have to go. Obviously, we saw lap traffic having a major impact on the leaders earlier on. And these guys have to play the strategy game and make their moves now while they have the clean track to do it with.
Luke Turpin has the fastest lap of the race, just set it at a 22.61, and he is there, a half a car length separate him and English. Here comes the hack to the inside of Edwards for the race lead. Can English clear off the corner? Not just yet, and it's English at the start-finish line, and he does clear.
Edwards got a little bit of the wall there, pushing it off turn 4, and that gave English just enough. It didn't take much, but just a little touch on the wall, as we saw with Gerald Poole earlier. A little touch will slow you down a little bit. Even a moderate touch will slow you down a lot here. And we don't even have safer barriers at this track. It's just the way that these cars come off the corner here and they hit that wall. It feels like it stops the car.
Absolutely. We are at the halfway point, so I think it's time to talk a little bit about Luke Turpin's spotter, which is Higgins, the XCAL superfan. If you want to be the next Luke Turpin or the next XCAL champion, Luke Turpin championship edition of the Higgins spotter pack. Over 500 messages of Higgins that can be used in any iRacing event available now. To order your copy, send $20 to president@xcalracing.com with note hashtag Higgins spotter pack. I gotta tell you something, Doug. I was watching during our side-by-side commercial breaks. I watched that Higgins commercial. I was laughing my butt off seeing that 30-car pileup. That was during one of our practice races that I officiated.
Yeah, that is why I always watch the commercials ahead of time when I'm setting them up, because I know I have been caught off guard more than once. And I got to tell you, when the original Higgins spotter pack came out, I went and did a Riley race at Michigan with the spotter pack, and I almost crashed multiple times just laughing at that spotter pack because it is so funny. I would highly advise getting it, but I would highly advise doing an AI race or something you don't really give a crap about when you test it out, because it is hilarious.
I got used to it once I heard "I hate Drake" so many times or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, the Drake rant was a little crazy, but man, that,
it was.
But man, it is quite funny.
Let's go to the battle for 5th position. Mason Foster, Kyle Martin, Aiden McConaughey. Remember, Foster almost got taken out there after Matt Bear got wicked loose. A nice save. And Foster has fallen back to 5th position. He's about 3/4 of a second behind Alex Krapser, his teammate. So we'll see if Martin makes a move to the inside. I think they're being patient. Martin looks underneath, and Foster cuts it off.
Yeah, and with Aiden McConaughey lurking right there as well, I think these two better do something, because look, McConaughey's going to try and close the gap on the high side. Can't get there. The 48 manages to hold on to it. And I would expect Foster to start gaining a little ground here. He's usually quite fast, but I think he's one of the drivers that what I've noticed, it's taken him 10 to 20 laps, and then he starts pulling away with those right side tires on. I imagine that's what he is just waiting to get a little more heat in him.
Absolutely. We'll see what happens. I just heard Kenny Tribb not happy at something as we go back. He's got, I think, Zeller racing him for 11th position. I don't know if that has anything to do with that, but we continue on. Watch the battle. Here's McConaughey inside of Martin, looking for 6th.
He's got the nose in down to the bottom. Yep, he's going to get him. And it looks like Martin Martin gets the wall.
Man, here comes Bear as well. And we just saw Brandon Varney exit pit lane, by the way, on your screen.
Oh, Mason.
Hang on. Foster with a nice save. I think Pelletier in the 27 behind him got loose too.
What a save. Mason had that thing way out of shape. Manages to get it. That bump, the bumps out of turn 4 are wicked and will send you around as McConaughey now looks to the inside for 5th.
They're leaning on another off of 4 as Foster got a teeny bit loose. Once again, Varney is loose on cold tires behind them. Can McConaughey get the clear on Foster? Not yet off of 2.
Foster really fighting back here.
Trying to get the high side to work. Again, it's really tough to work something around the outside. And cannot. McConaughey clears. Here comes Martin down low.
I think Foster might have a car. We've only seen 1 or 2 high side passes. I think he can at least hold these guys up for a little bit. And we saw.
Oh, here we go. Matt Bear. Oh, contact there with Foster. Martin, can he save it? Yes, he can. Foster stops it on track. We're under caution.
Let's take another look at that one. A little bit different angle here. As they come down the back straightaway, Matt sees the opening down to the bottom. Matt was not involved. That was just the 48 pushing really hard. He gets a little bit of a push up the hill and into the side of the 96. I initially thought Matt Bear might have got into him, but that was not the case.
Why don't we take a look at our blimp shot brought to you by XCAL Racing to get a better view of it. Yeah, Bear went for it going down 3 wide into the corner. However, though, remember 1 car per lane. And I think the 48 just came up a little bit in the 96. I think they're going to give this one to Martin. We'll see what Busch has to say on it.
Yeah, definitely. It was a gutsy move by Matt Bear. Obviously, he...
go ahead.
I'm sorry,
You're good.
Matt Bear obviously saw the opening and went for it. And the other guys right behind him, well, they were just trying to make something. They were trying to make something happen side by side. Matt saw the opening, went for it. Matt actually not involved in that, but it looked awfully dicey.
I'm so glad as well that this was only a single car incident with Foster. He stopped it, held the brakes, nobody got into him. Everyone else scattered by. Wow. And Foster only fell back. Right now we have him scored in 5th position.
And it looked like Foster was already unstable. It looked like on entry to turn 3, right before he went into the corner, he bounced off the wall. They had gotten together a few times coming down the back straightaway, as we saw, but he manages to keep straightening the car out. It was just a lot of bad timing and bad luck there.
Absolutely. So we've got Kenny Tripp scored as the race leader, and we'll see if he comes in along with Mason Foster, Austin Edwards, and here comes Tripp in. Foster, I would expect him to. Yep, they're coming in. And I would assume this would give the lead to Austin Edwards still. Yes, it would. And we are getting a report from Hillebusch that this is being deemed a racing incident between Kyle Martin and Mason Foster, so they will go to the end of the longest line.
And
Butt Kicker is known for their transducers, including the Gamer 2 that adds instant immersion to any game. Unlike a subwoofer that moves air, Butt Kicker products move actual mass, producing a haptic immersion that's powerful and accurate. Learn more at www.thebuttkicker.com.
Hey, Melissa Bowling dropped in the chat, and we will definitely be praying for your husband. Wish you guys all the best.
Absolutely. And Dippity Doo, by the way, on Twitch. Just a heads up. And yes, Melissa, we hope everything's going well. And we are getting our first extension here. By the way, if you're interested in owning an XCAL team, car numbers are on sale now. Visit xcalracing.com/2022 for all the info you need. Join the Discord and post in the I Need a Team and free agent channels to get linked up with a car owner.
It's worth noting that XCAL has really grown this year. I mean, obviously, the last part of last year and the massive well PD has helped with the growth. Last season, I think the average purse was between $225 to $250. This season so far, all the purses have been well over $300. So definitely have an opportunity, but you might want to get in on it quickly because 60 drivers tried to qualify for tonight, 43 start the race. I mean, it's definitely growing extremely quickly.
Absolutely. Over 60 entries for these first 2 weeks of the season. It's been awesome. Listen here what Hillebush is saying. I don't know. The field currently a little bit confused at the moment. We look at the leader, and right now we have the leader scored as Sean English. Where's Austin Edwards? He is back to 7th position per his heads-up display as everyone makes their way around. And now we get cars going around. We continue to experience the wave arounds. Man, it's been tough tonight at USA.
I think we're seeing similar to what we saw.
Oh, hang on a second. Nope, never mind. We're good. Go ahead.
I think we're seeing something similar to what we saw at Southern National last year, where so many cars, the track is so short and the cars are really hammering down tonight. We end up with so many cars a lap or more down mixed in with the lead lap cars. The scoring gets a little bit wonky, especially when a caution comes out at just the wrong time and really messes up the field. I mean, they had only been out there for, 30 laps since the last caution. So everything gets a little bit wacky out there, but Austin Edwards is now being scored back in the lead.
So we are good to go back to green flag. We've got 95 laps to go here at USA International Speedway. Let's reset the field for you. Austin Edwards and Sean English make up row 1. Alex Krapser, Aiden McConaughey in row 2. Jonathan Emerson and PDJ Zeller in row 3. Matt Bear, Alex Gratz in row 4. And Josh Doobie and Blake Wynn round out the top 10.
Boy, Alex Gratz is definitely going to be one to watch this season. He's made a huge charge through the field. They delay the green again. He did have a great run last week at Charlotte as well before I believe he was caught up in one of the incidents in the last 5 laps. But he's definitely going to be one to watch this season.
I think they're trying to get the pack all checked up together and tightened up like a manly field, as I like to say it as a senior admin. We're hearing that Hillebush is warning the drivers on the inside line to tighten up. There are only, if I'm looking at this correctly, only like 7, 8 drivers, maybe 9 or so on the outside line. Everyone else get wave arounds to the inside line. So here we go. We're ready to go back to the green flag.
9 cars on the outside, everybody else to the inside. This is going to make things interesting. Pace car in, green flag back in the air.
Edwards gets a good jump on Sean English. He's the control car, but English trying to fight it back top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Can he get it to work? No, he tucks back in line, looking for the crossover off of turn number 2. Can he get it to stick to the inside? He's got the room. Down to the low line he goes. And Sean goes to the race lead, and I don't think Austin Edwards is now liking it. There's contact between the leaders.
I couldn't tell you. I think Sean was scored in second that time, but man, when he made that move for the crossover, he was, if there had been even the smallest amount of netcode there, both of them would have ended up sideways. That's how close they were out of turn 2 last time. But Sean English clears Austin Edwards, and now Alex Krapser up into 3rd in the Tennefer Gen car. What a great run he is having so far.
We're hearing reports that John Friley spun out, and he did. No yellow, though. We stay green. Everyone of the leaders staying single file at the moment, trying to pressure their opponents into a mistake. The first side-by-side battle is Kenny Tripp, Josh Doobie. Good teammates, good friends. That is for 11th on track, and Doobie takes the spot away. Emerson looked inside on McConaughey, but McConaughey's not having any of it.
It's getting a little dicey out there just past halfway. These guys are really pushing it now. and starting to see these guys make some moves we wouldn't normally see, like that gutsy move for the lead, like what we're seeing here, and especially knowing that a lot of these guys are on cold.
Oh, Emerson, check the field up, and we got a stack of Matt Bear. Can he save it? Yes, he can. And we got trouble. We got Jug. Chase Johnson is around Mason Foster. Albert Hewins. Is this going to bring a caution flag out? That is in turn 1, and it will.
Take a look and see if we can see what happened here.
And turn number 4. Colson comes down into Hewins. I think what happened in around 1 to 55. And Colson took a shot in the inside wall. Ouch.
Yeah, they both did a little bit of a blink out there, so we couldn't see the whole thing, but you could see Albie just going around. That was a rough one.
Absolutely. I think the one you got to feel bad for here is Mason Foster. About to miss it and involved in his second spin of the race. Godino also gets a piece of it too. Chase Johnson, Mason Foster, both in their second spins of the day. Third caution here at USA. So why don't we do this? We will go to another commercial break, and when we come back, we will have our full field rundown, then the restart. Stay with us.
Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. Woo! This race promises to be a doozy, so I'm getting loose. Woo! Howdy, partner. I'm so excited for next week's event that I'm shaking. Totally different shakes. Howdy, partner. You're watching XCAL Racing. Woo!
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Edwards Setup Shop is where you'll find iRacing's largest active setup source, all free of charge. Join the Discord and start winning today. Subscribe to the XCAL newsletter online for info at the bottom of XCAL's website. Let's give you a full field rundown as we get set to go back to the green flag. Austin Edwards and Sean English are row 1 with English leading. Aiden McConaughey 3rd, Alex Gratz is 4th, Stephen Rex 5th, Matt Bear 6th, Josh Doobie 7th, Kenny Tripp 8th, Luke Turpin 9th, Matt Pelletier 10th, Pete Zeller is 11th, 12th Mason Foster, 13th Kyle Bartels, 14th Robert Colgan, 15th Blake Wynn, 16th Zach Edwards, 17th Kyle Martin, 18th Pat Sullivan, 19th Greg Holes, 20th Jeremy Lettle, 21st is Tyler Batchelder. Doug?
Dwayne Robinson is 22nd, Jose Godino in 23rd, Alex Crapser 24th, and Jonathan Emerson 25th. Matthew Brinson currently in at 26th with Albie Hewins in 27th. Chase Johnson is showing in 28th with Tyler Gelbert in 29th. Travis Sukup in 30th. Jonathan Bergeron in 31st. Brandon Varney 32nd, Tim Marlowe 33rd, Jorge Bustos is 34th, John Domino 35th, Gerald Danos Poole in 36 as they go back to green.
John English holds serve on Austin Edwards. Let's see if Edwards plays a little bit aggressive on this restart, just like English did earlier on. Side by side for third position. Look at Gretz trying to go around the outside for third position. From 42nd, looking for third is the 17. Can he get it to stick? He got a tiny bit loose off the corner. Meanwhile, they're very aggressive behind him. Look at Foster try and slam the door on the driver behind him. That's Turpin.
Yeah, that one's getting a little bit racy out there. Turpin now looks to the bottom again. Foster couldn't get there.
Oh, contact in front of them. I think that was Gratz and McConaughey, and that allows a couple of drivers to go by. Looking here, Steven Rex is up to third position. How about that?
What a run out of Steven Rex, regardless of how it comes out. Obviously having a much better start to this season than last year. Hopefully we'll see him in victory lane before it's all said and done.
Here comes Matt Bear inside on Aiden McConaughey, trying to take away the fourth position. I think this will be the highest spot Matt Bear's been in today. Easy fourth spot. Kenny Tripp almost goes up the track and almost takes Gratz with him. And Tripp holding on to P6. Gratz still 7th. Here comes McConaughey. Looking down low, Bear slams the door.
Yeah, this little group right here from about 4th on back to about 10th is just battling out for every inch of real estate, every bit of the track, any position they can get. And this is some of the top guys here just going at it. There's a lot of leaning on each other. They know it's getting late in the race. They'll have one more stop to make. Since they're going about 50 laps, I think we'll see a lot of guys around lap 175 will be the final stop. So these guys are getting everything they can now.
And that plays up a little bit of fuel strategy because the window we're seeing from drivers is about 50 laps. I think they can make it. It would be close on fuel. You see Pelletier scrape the wall. Back to the battle. Alex Gratz and Josh Doobie. Man, Gratz, not a good restart from him after contact with McConaughey. He's got to get that out of his head and get back to the inside.
Yeah, having a hard time finding a gap. Can't get in anywhere. Now PDJ Zeller, who is now up to 11th, after starting in 34th. So he is having his best run this season, and I think I'm right in saying one of his best races in the last couple of seasons, being back up here almost in the top 10.
So many drivers receiving hard charger awards. Alex Gratz, one of them, up 32 positions. Oh, hang on, Zeller! Woo! What a save he got. There may have been contact from Bartles behind him. That got close, though. 75 laps to go, brought to you by Sim Racer Hub, the premier site for the iRacing community to track league scoring. Track multiple series, create schedules, and upload results with your own custom point scoring system. Learn more at www.simracerhub.com. We're just talking about Gratz up 32, Zeller up 23, Brinson up 22, up 19, Kyle Bartos behind Zeller. They're all having great days. That's going to be a close battle for hard charger position, which gives drivers 5 bonus points.
Yeah, and you know some of these drivers, somebody like Gratz, it's his first season. He's not thinking about those little bonus points yet. He is just thinking about, hey, I want to get up here. I want to be shown. I want my team to realize I'm a good choice. And he is definitely making his name known here already in the season. However, you really have to think, because up until about 3-4 races to go last season, the top spot was swapping every single week. So it does a good, it really helps to be thinking about points already early in the season.
Battle for the race lead starting to heat up a little bit between Sean English and Austin Edwards. Does Edwards want the lead, or does he be a little bit patient?
Oh, I think Austin's been about as patient as he's going to be tonight. I think this is when we see Austin push. There's a car stopped out forward.
Finally! And that could have been a yellow. That got very close. Let's take a look and see what happened to Big John. Was there contact from the 131 of Scenes?
Oh.
There was. He sent him sideways into the gravel, clips the inside wall.
And
keeps it in the apron. I think he's trying to bring the car into pit road.
Yeah, I think he got it to pit road finally, but
Only lasted 2.5 seconds though.
I,
Oh boy, 3 wide. That got close. Luke Turpin was in the middle. Luke Turpin was on the bottom of Steven Rex as Rex was trying to look on McConaughey, and Turpin was there. Rex is like, yeah, you just take it. It ain't worth it.
yeah, Steven Rex knows he's in the top 10. He needs a good run to start the season, but he doesn't need to wreck the car in the process. Had a lot of bad luck last season. Looking for some redemption in this season, and definitely showing he is going to get it.
Absolutely. Come join the XCAL Racing Patreon. Get exclusive access to the XCAL Racing Discord and a whole lot more. Must be 18 years or older to subscribe. So Sean English continues to lead on Austin Edwards. That's the best battle on the track, and they are 1.8 seconds ahead of Matt Bear, currently in 3rd position. I guess my analysis in the booth is really helping him out so far, Doug, currently in 3rd.
Yeah, it definitely, something is helping. I know Matt was frustrated after not making the show last week, said he was going to come out here and get up there and make some noise, and he is definitely doing that here tonight. And I know he's had some great runs in a lot of races here lately, and really starting to make a name for himself here.
Luke Turpin trying to get to the inside of Aiden McConaughey for 4th position. That's a good battle on track. Turpin keeps peeking his nose. McConaughey's just not letting him have it. Just arcs it down underneath, and Turpin may be having enough with it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it is unusual to see Turpin use the bumper, but I think we're seeing a lot of unusual use of the bumper here tonight. I think, Turpin gets a runoff for caution.
We got caution. John Friley has crashed it once again, and he is in the pits, and he may want to take it to the trailer.
And he was slow down the back straightaway. Oh, it was the lap. Mason Foster got turned, fortunately got straightened back out.
They may put this on the 06. Pat Sullivan is also involved because Friley was many laps down, and he was supposed to let the drivers go by. Remember, Friley was just merging back on the track from pit stops. He was using the low line, and Pat Sullivan just came in too hot, didn't expect it. This may go on the 16, actually. I don't know. Because of the 1 car per lane rule, Sullivan just came down into him.
Yeah, it's really a tough call on that one. I feel bad for Aaron on that one. It's going to be a tough call. Nobody's going to be happy. Or somebody's going to be unhappy regardless of the call he makes, and now all the leaders are on pit road.
Yes, that eliminates the pit road strategy we were talking about earlier, the fuel mileage. Everyone can go to the end on 1 stop.
Well, you're at 60 some odd laps.
Nah, you know what? You're right. They may not be able to.
Well,
61 laps.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We saw 55 to 60 laps before that first green flag stop. Somebody like Luke Turpin, he can make it happen.
He knows how to save fuel. If you have a 3-pedal set, you know what to do. So some of these drivers here with 2-pedal sets may be at a disadvantage. This is a long stop, by the way, for Luke. He's on his way out, by the way. One driver, though, is staying out currently, and that is Josh Doobie in the number 13, being scored as the leader, with Greg Holes in 2nd position.
Only a few drivers choosing to stay out under this one because they all know if we talk about how close it is on fuel from here, but if they have one more caution, everybody could make it just based on pace laps. 4 or 5 pace laps, and they could easily make it from here. In fact, they might get enough pace laps. Well, they won't get enough pace laps on this one, but like I said, one more caution.
Listen on board with Sean English. Listen on board. That clutch is in. Edwards' clutch is in. Luke Turpin's clutch is in. Matt Bear's clutch is not in. He's at a disadvantage. McConaughey's clutch isn't in. Neither is Zeller's. Neither is Rex. Neither is Bartol's. Tripp's clutch is in. Pelletier's isn't. Martin's is. Edwards' is. Zach Edwards to be specific. Alex Krapser's is. Jeremy Lettle. Blake Wins isn't. Mason Foster, no. Alex Gratz, I think. I don't know, but that just gives you a good rundown of the drivers that it just pitted on who's pushing the clutch and trying to save as much fuel as possible.
And it's definitely noticeable in car. You see right there, as soon as Sean English drops the clutch in, the RPMs just drop massively, saving a lot of fuel doing that. It looked like he was actually probably pacing in about third gear as well to save just a little bit more. Most people will pace in fourth gear to save fuel, but like you said, if you've got the option of dumping the clutch, hey, you've got a little bit more. Holy cow!
Yikes! Okay, whoever that 19 car, that was Greg Holes. I saw that too, inches away from disaster striking.
Yeah, they were getting lined back up for the restart, and almost identical to the situation we saw earlier.
Yeah, this is why when you get a wave around, you do not want to be going full throttle passing drivers. You just want to ink your way by. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
So, Pat Sullivan received the black flag. Wave arounds go to Chase Johnson, Albert Herons, and Jose Gaudino. XCAL is looking for series sponsorship for 2022 when you total up all expenses from hosting to broadcasting. Each event cost last season between $150 to $200 to produce. We accept full and partial sponsorships. If interested, go to xcalracing.com and click sponsor us. So an interesting front two rows here that we haven't seen yet. Josh Doobie, Greg Holes, the front row, Matt Brinson, Jonathan Emerson in row 2, and then the normals in row 3 on back. Sean English and Austin Edwards, row 3, Luke Turpin, Matt Baer, row 4, Aiden McConaughey, PDJ Zeller round out the top 10. Doobie is the control car as we come back to the green flag. Let's watch from the XCAL Racing blimp.
As they come out of turn 4, looking down, and a checkup on the front row. What the? And now we've got both. The outside line is definitely checking up here as they go into turn 1.
Yeah, that was a late start from Josh Doobie. I think he was just going on the green flag in general. Matthew Brinson has made his way up to second. English is in third. Brinson wants the lead on Doobie.
Well, we talked about how, some of these guys are not thinking about points here early, but some of these drivers definitely are as the battle for the lead heats up. Some of these guys are just trying to get as many points as they can.
Oh, man! You saw that too?
Turpin almost into English there, and English really had nowhere to go as he tries to fight his way back to the lead.
That battle for second is on. Brinson continues to lead. We got trouble behind them, I think. I heard a lot of contact. Zeller is a part of that. And now we got one sideways. Is that Foster? Yes, it is. He is in pit road. Colson's not happy on the radio. And I think, was that Rex? It was a gray DVR card. That was Rex, I think, that got loose too.
Seeing a lot of drivers get loose on those fresh tires. And as the night falls and the temperature cools, the track cools just a little bit.
Luke Turpin sideways off it too. Nice save. Sorry, go ahead.
Just as it cools off, they have to adjust when they're on pit road. They got to make that setup adjustment. And it looks like some of them did, but it may not have been enough. We might see some cars getting looser. Matthew Brinson, though, holding the lead after starting dead last. He was actively trying to hold Sean English up, but Sean now has the nose in off of turn 2.
Yeah, Brinson got tight on the exit of turn number 2, but you got to give credit to Brinson. From last to the lead, now he goes back to second. English takes the lead at the line. Here comes Turpin, making a 3-man horseshoe for the race lead. Oh, Turpin gave English the bumper in the center.
Yeah, he got... I think Brinson might have got the wall there off turn 2, but he kept his momentum up. Some really close calls up here at the front.
Oh boy, Chase Johnson hearing on the radio, he is not happy. Oh, Colson's in the wall.
Let's see if we
That is interesting.
Right there behind Foster, Jose Gaudino, and Colson. It looked like he just drove straight into the wall.
And maybe that, he blew a tire. That was a blown tire. Meanwhile, it's a pack race for second between Turpin and Brinson.
McConaughey,
continue-
Doobie.
Yeah. We continue to hear words by the... Oh, man, what a block! Turpin driving Brinson to the apron! How low can you go? And McConaughey sideways. Bear thinking about 3 wide. It's getting good here, baby.
Less than 50 to go, and they are all going for it. Oh, the
Woo,
McConaughey
man.
drops back into line, and the 13 and 36 both have to check up a little bit, and I think they ended up dooring each other.
Steven Rex trying to take away 6 from Josh Doobie after I think it was him that got wicked loose, and he takes away the spot. Here comes Edwards in the 18 trying to rebound after his pit stop, looking for 7th on Doobie.
And looks like Austin is going to be able to pull up there and take 7th place from Doobie. But still another great run for Josh Doobie here tonight, who started in 22nd.
Matt Bear looking for 3rd on Matthew Brinson. That's not working at the moment. That is the best battle on the track. Go ahead.
Brinson still has to pit. He did not pit under
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
And he last pitted lap 163, or I'm sorry, 140.
140. Oh, and he just got loose off of 4. That got close.
And look at that. He doesn't care. He is still sending it drop to the bottom, and he's going to make McConaughey go for it on the high side. Not going to give it up that easy. This might be a strategy move. If the caution comes out, he'll be one of the few drivers to go to pit road, but he will have fresh tires. If it stays green, he will have to go make a splash and dash here.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. 180 laps are in the books. Here comes McConaughey to the inside. Brinson cuts him off.
And they are really fighting it out. You got to give it to Brinson. He started at last and has made his way up here, has led a couple of laps, and is still fighting for a top 5.
Oh, he got loose there in 3 and 4 as well. McConaughey's just trying to figure out, what do I need to do? Edwards saying it's time to go. He tries to get by on Rex for 6th spot, which he does. Now, if you're Edwards, that may be Brinson's toughest challenge. I don't know if I'm in the right spot if I'm Austin at the moment.
Things are about to get really exciting as Austin just drives up to the back bumper on McConaughey. I mean, he's got a hot rod here tonight, and obviously that car was set up for nighttime because he was fast in the day, but he is suddenly a whole lot faster.
Lap traffic ahead for the leaders, but I think the battle for the lead is about to heat up with English and Turpin. They're right there next to each other, and they got traffic ahead. There's Marlowe, Gardino up there, and Edwards tries to make a move on McConaughey for the top 5. And McConaughey lets him go. Edwards takes 5th position. Now Brinson, don't look at your rearview mirror because you got a fast one behind you.
Yeah, although Brinson's new enough, he may not know the winningness of that car behind him. He may not know what a dominant race car that is. Austin did say he was going to try and come out here and win a bunch of them again, but he did say the competition is a lot tougher this season. He doesn't know if he can pull off double-digit wins this season. Time will tell, but obviously tonight he's got one of the fastest cars out there.
Reports Kyle Martin in the 48 went off track for a couple of seconds. He's keeping it going, currently in the 16th positions. And Edwards is saying to Brinson, it's time to go, and they're not getting a little bit, they're chipping at each other.
Yeah, Austin Edwards' nose is pretty clean right at the moment. He hasn't used it much, but I don't know how much longer he can be patient. Oh, he's got the run down to the bottom. He's got the nose in.
Yeah, Brinson, nothing he can do about that. They're side by side. Oh, Edwards got squirrely in the entry, and Brinson trying to pinch him, and he can't do anything. Edwards gets by and has a breath of fresh air. McConaughey down low. Brinson cuts him off. There's net code.
And Brinson goes up the track a little bit. That was a gutsy move by McConaughey, diving it in there like that, but he makes it stick and makes it work.
Now look at this. Top 3 nose to tail. Maybe top 4 shortly as McConaughey passes Brinson for 5th position, shuts it on him, tries to cross him over. McConaughey says, no, you ain't doing that to me.
Wow, that was, I think Brinson's getting a little bit frustrated with these guys pushing him around.
By the way, while that happened, we missed a pass for the lead. Luke Turpin got the lead from English on lap 187. There was contact. They were sideways. And they saved it. So that is how Matt Bear got into this battle. Go back to the replay, Doug. It's going to be a couple up here for you. It's 1:27:26 on your time code. Just scroll it up a tiny bit, and it will be there.
Meanwhile, these two are going at it. Austin Edwards has caught back up to the back bumper.
It is getting good here to the end. You heard Turpin apologized to English for what he said. Here's Edwards inside for third on Matt Bear.
I don't think Matt Bear is going to give it up very easily here.
I don't think so. As Gaudino lets them go by. Meanwhile, Brinson trying everything to fight it back on McConaughey as he tries. Does Brinson look to the inside? No, he doesn't. Doesn't go for it just yet.
All right, here's that pass for the lead as they go off into the turn one. Oh, what a save by both drivers, but Turpin does come out on top.
Yeah, incredible driving by the top two. I know Turpin doesn't. I know Turpin. I heard Turpin on the radio say, "I'm sorry, Matt. I don't want to do it like that." But hey, you made the pass for the lead. You guys saved it. You're staying it straight. That's all that matters at the moment. We got one loose, by the way. And that's the 06. That is Brinson. He just lost it off of turn two, and I think he's out of fuel. He is coming into the pits. I think. Yep, it's siphoning on him. He is coming in. He's out of fuel.
Well, we knew that it was a gamble, him making that move and staying out. I think we're going to see a few more. Looks like Doobies on pit road.
Yep, they're coming out. They're going for fresh tires. They gambled. They could not get the yellow they wanted. That is going to affect them big time.
Hey, good evening, Becky.
Absolutely. So, 31 laps to go. Luke Turpin, Sean English, Matt Bear, Austin Edwards, Aiden McConaughey. The top five. We've got a good battle on our hands. Mid-pack, this is for 19th position. Jeremy Luttow, excuse me, 18th, 17th spot on the line. Robert Colgan, Tyler Batchelder, and Jeremy Luttow off the corner. Colgan takes that away from the Bachelor.
And what a lot
Luttow takes advantage.
Yeah, Leto definitely drives it down to the bottom. New paint scheme for Leto this week, by the way.
Driving for Ryan Soper's team, I believe.
I believe you're right. And for looking back there at the 01, also Batchelder's got new paint.
Oh, caution is out. Mason Foster has crashed it along with Bartos. Oh, the 17 is there too of Gratz. Perhaps one of the fastest drivers here is out of it. And this changes everything.
Oh,
let's show you what he had a flat.
Foster hits the wall on the back straightaway and just ends up down into the inside. He was trying to limp it to pit road, similar to the situation we saw with Gaudino last week at Charlotte. He drops to the bottom. He's trying to make it to pit road without affecting anybody and just pushes up in the middle of the turn and clips several cars.
Yeah, that's a bummer for a lot of front runners.
Kyle Martin was caught in that.
Yep, it was a multi-car accident. I think I saw maybe 4 or 5 drivers involved.
Poor Alex Gratz, though, man, he was having one heck of a run here tonight in the 17.
Absolutely.
Let's see how bad he got.
Yeah.
Oh, he went up to the high side thinking that there would be a little bit of a gap there, but
nowhere to go.
Doesn't look like the damage is significant. I mean, he's got some on the front, and some on the right front, but overall, I don't think the car is too bad. And this also answers one more question. Those leaders do not have to pit now.
Absolutely. That's not what you wanted, by the way. If you were Doobie or the 06 machine, your caution came way too late. 27 laps to go here at USA. When we come back, we're taking you to the finish.
Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL
We are on lap number 200, brought to you by K2 Sauce, the official sauce of XCAL Racing. It's an everything sauce from barbecue, steak, ketchup, and more all in one. The only sauce you'll ever need, also available in hot and southern style. I believe we are only doing one extension here so we can get right under the green flag. So we are ready to get back to green. Next week, while we're at it, XCAL is at Martinsville Speedway for its inaugural trip, 250 laps. You can watch it right here on How to Suck at iRacing.
Martinsville will be extremely entertaining in these cars.
Absolutely. So let's give you a top 10 rundown here as we get set to go back to the green flag. Luke Turpin, Sean English, the front row. Matt Bear, Austin Edwards, row 2. Aiden McConaughey, Stephen Rex, row 3. Blake Wynn, Kenny Tripp, row 4. Matt Pelletier, Zach Edwards round out the top 10. Kyle Martin, Alex Krapser, Robert Colgan, Alex Gratz, Jeremy Lettle, Tyler Batchelder, Dwayne Robinson, Chase Johnson, Patrick Sullivan, Jonathan Emerson, Kyle Bartos, Greg Holes, PDJ Zeller, and Albert Hewins range from 11th through 24th on the lead lap.
Pace truck is in, out of the turn. Turpin will lead him down. He gets a good jump. This might be Sean English's one shot. Holy cow!
Holy
Austin.
moly! Man, he just shut the door on Edwards, keeping them 1, 2, 3, and we got trouble. Matt Pelletier has got loose off of turn 2. They keep him straight. I think I see Gaudino too. No yellow, we stay green. So Turpin holds serve as we complete 203 laps.
And we talked about it while we were while the commercial was on. You and I were talking about the fact that Turpin always has a long run car, and it has seemed tonight that Sean English has a short run setup. So I think that the advantage here goes to Luke Turpin, but you never know. Was Sean English saving anything during the prior to the caution, and will he have something for Turpin here late in the going?
Look at Kyle Martin inside, uses the fender to move Zach Edwards up the track. That's for 8th. There's a bang there off of 2 as well, Doug. Wow, great defense by Edwards on the outside. And we got a car in the wall. That may have been Edwards. That may have been Turpin, actually. I saw English take a peek up on the outside, but goes to the bottom with 20 laps to go.
And remember, if the caution comes out with less than 10 to go, there will be no more wave rounds. And under 5 to go, there will be no cautions.
Kyle Martin way up the track. He is blinking. He's outside the top 10. Not what he wants at all. Before the race lead, English, Edwards, and Bear all over Turpin for the race lead.
Yeah, Matt Bear being up here in contention as well might make things interesting. He wants to get up here and get the win badly here lately. A lot of frustration after not qualifying for the season opener last week. So he is looking for some vindication here tonight.
He wants a top 3 to show, hey, I haven't left at all. I'm still here. English. Right on the spoiler of Luke Turpin. 17 laps to go at the line. Edwards, inside! Bear looked inside, he puts it back.
Wow, they both had the same thought at the same time and almost had the same wreck.
That was very close to being disastrous for the drivers in 2nd through 4th. Behind them, there's a pass. I believe it was Blake Wynn. Oh, trouble behind them! We got the big one, breaking out in turn 4. And that is Leno, I see. Oh, more drivers wrecking. Bergeron, the 14. Oh, the track is blocked. Sullivan is involved. And that is going to change everything once again. And the 14 not happy at all.
Trying to find the correct replay here.
That's the previous yellow with Foster.
Yep. There we go. All right, looks like this might have started with Kyle Martin. Let's see. Martin jumps down to the bottom, and oh, he drove in way deep, and a chain reaction comes out of that one. Everybody checking up on the. Oh my goodness!
Look at that.
What a pile up they had there.
Aaron, you can edit out your Higgins XCAL spotter pack commercial and just replace that instead of the 30-car accident.
Yeah.
So, now, what do you do here if you're the leaders? Sean English, Austin Evers, and Matt Bear.
You got to stay out. The die is cast.
Yeah, of course.
But Sean English has got to try something on the restart. He has one more shot here. They're going to have less than 10 to go by the time this thing goes green again. That means that there will be no more waiver rounds. It will not be long to 5 to go, and we know how crazy the last 5 last week got. Shorter track and quite a few more cars left out there at full speed. Things could get really, really interesting.
What about the bumper? Do you use it, and when?
I think you have to use it, but I think you have to wait. You can't do it any sooner than 2 laps to go. If you do it sooner than that, they have a chance to get back to you. If you do it right after about 2 to go, you can move them up the track, and you're in position. You pull away just enough that they can't get back to you without just dive bombing.
And we have no 2 to green just yet, so we should get it this time, and that should put Jonathan Emerson, Kyle Martin, and Josh Doobie on the lead. Unless Martin gets called for the black flag, I think that would move up Tyler Jalbert to the waiver rounds and put him back on the lead lap.
It's definitely about to get extremely interesting. That'll put over 20 cars on the lead lap, and you know these guys are going to be pushing for everything they can, every position. The guys that aren't up battling for the win, they just want to get as many points as possible here tonight, and they're going to do what it takes to get. I think we'll see more bumper used mid-pack than we will up front.
Kyle Martin gets the black flag, stand by for the waiver rounds, but I'll tell you this as well. XCALRacing.com on Friday will have the post-race penalties and who is the #1 flip-flopper at the moment, so make sure you check that out online. Here come the waves. It's Jonathan Emerson, Josh Doobie, and that should put Tyler Jalbert. Yes, it does. They get the waves. They are back on the lead lap. So this will give us, those are the final waiver rounds. That will give us under 10 laps to go. Remember, 5 laps to go. The caution flags are turned off the rest of the way.
It's about to get... Oh, and it looks like some of these guys... they are going full send on those waiver rounds, and I think Sean English is so new, and he was not behind. He did not see the incidents that came from waiver rounds, so he was up fairly high there. I imagine he just is learning a valuable lesson, especially sitting there warming his tires, and suddenly there's a car beside him.
Absolutely.
So who do you pick for the win here? And the top 5, really, all of them still have a chance. Everybody on the lead lap has a possible chance, but really it comes down to that top 5 at this point. Maybe 6, Aiden McConaughey in there.
Well, let me tell you this. It looks like the top 4 are the ones to go, and let me tell you this as well. New York had sports betting enabled last weekend, and I'm going with the biggest odds. I'm going with the field against the top 4.
That could come into play as well, but you gotta wonder, this Sean English Luke Turpin battle that's been going back and forth all night. This is going to play out in an interesting way. We haven't seen how Sean, obviously a very clean driver, but when it comes down to the wire, does he rattle the cage?
John English is in his first ever start in the series. He's done so many preseason starts in the past and tests. Can he get his first ever win with the competition? Turpin fires back to green, 9 laps to go.
Hey, and Danielle Sargent just called it for Sean English. Will she be right?
And we are hearing the restart is under review. I don't know if it will be with the front, though. Austin Edwards inside for second position on Sean English. Can Edwards do it? Trouble behind them. Marlowe, is he crashing? Yes, he is. He spun off of 2. No caution. We stay green.
8 laps to go. They've only got...
Oh, man.
Look at
Edwards
this.
clears. That's huge.
Sean English did that move earlier when he pulled that crossover. Almost took the back bumper off Edwards. and looking like he's really, really close again here. He is pushing that car to the absolute limits here tonight. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
Edwards
man.
and English.
Major block by Edwards. He moves him off the track, and here comes the hack. Down to the inside. English takes second spot. Or will he?
And Matt Bear is going to try and take advantage too.
Can he trip up there on the outside? Way around as English shuts the door on Edwards. Here comes Bear for third. Can he get it to stick? No, remember, next lap. He takes out English. Can he save it? What a save by English. Matt Bear is up to third. Are they going to wreck it before 5 to go?
Everybody's holding it
tight.
Everybody's holding it together. And as soon as Luke Turpin comes, it is green, green, green. There will be no more caution.
They call it no more yellows. 5 laps to go. We watch the battle for fifth between McConaughey and English. They are banging quarter panels against each other. And English is in the wall with Kenny Tripp. Alex Krapser is loose.
Man, I think Luke Turpin's going to walk away with this one. He's got a decent gap now. But this battle back here, it could end up in a lot of torn up sheet metal.
Oh, my goodness. Trying to move Blake Wynn down.
Alex Krapser has made his way back up into 6th.
This is getting crazy. Oh, Kenny Tripp. He goes around with Zach Edwards. Up the racetrack they go. We got a big pile up behind them. Oh, my goodness. That is a huge one.
Off of turn 2. Here they go. Everybody was banging doors. They just get a little too much. They go around and then up the track, and several cars collected.
Gonna be 2 laps to go this time. Oh, no! Holy moly! They almost got Emerson, and here comes Edwards. Just when you thought Turpin had the win, here comes Austin with 2 to go.
He didn't run the full season. Last season still won over 10 races. Can he pull another one out and start a new winning streak here tonight?
Trouble with Tyler Batchelder in the 0-1. That's at the start-finish line. What's going to happen here at the white flag? 1 lap to go between Luke Turpin and Austin Edwards. And they nearly get together. Edwards to the inside. Oh, there goes Edwards. He's way loose in the grass. And there he goes. He's gone. What a save. He's not going
yet. He's still got 3rd, and Matt Bear up to 2nd now.
Luke Turpin entering turn number 3, the defending champion of XCAL Racing off of turn 4. Gets his first win of the season. Luke Turpin takes the win. Matt Bear is 2nd, and Austin Edwards is 3rd.
Hayden McConaughey pulls off 4th. Alex Krapser gets the top 5. Sean English recovers for 6th. Blake wins 7th. And look at this. Newcomer Alex Grates. He is the biggest mover of the night with an 8th place finish. Stephen Rex in 9th. Zach Edwards comes home 10th.
Austin Edwards is not happy at all. He doesn't think that was a fair win. He'll give the win to Luke Turpin. He says that's fair, but he deserved better. But how about the return of Matt Bear? It is a 1-2 finish for the Off Constantly Motorsports team.
I know Matt was extremely excited about this season. Obvious frustration last week, but now he's got his team up there and they get the 1-2 finish. It is an awesome start to their season.
Absolutely. So stand by. We will get ready to talk with your top 3. But what a race, though. Before we get the top 3 in, as Turpin lights them up, do you have the replay for us, Doug, with all the wrecks that broke out with 5 to go? We saw the big one break out.
Let's see what all we can see here towards the end. We mentioned Tyler Batchelder had an incident. He was racing side by side through turns 3 and 4, and it looks like, could not tell what happened there. He ends up around and in the wall. Robert Colgan, I think that was the incident we did see.
Matt Bear's going to do a burnout too. How about this? Get ready. This is about to be a fun one. All right, here we go. We have a replay.
Matt Bear down to the inside. Colgan and Kenny Tripp, they were all caught up in that big one. Then it looked like Batchelder was making a run on the high side out of turn 3, just gets turned around. And it looked like Jose Godino, don't think we have that one. But Matt Bear down to the inside. Colgan and Kenny Tripp, they were all caught up in that big one. Then it looked like Batchelder was making a run on the high side out of turn 3, just gets turned around. And it looked like Jose Godino, don't think we have that one.
This is it. This is what I want to look at here. Kenny Tripp and Zach Edwards caused a big chain reaction right there. Colgan nowhere to go. My goodness, we've got the top 3 in. And we're going to start things off here with our third place finisher, Austin. Oh, yes, we got Austin Edwards with us. Austin, we know you're not happy at all. What did you see from the final lap?
Hey, Marty, I'm still trying to figure it out. Obviously, I don't know what happened to Luke up there. Looks like he ran over debris or something and kind of gave me that one final shot to get up there. And it just didn't work out, Lap cars all over the place. Tried to go down to the inside, and obviously Turpin was trying to hold his spot. I respect that guy a lot. You were in that thing through and through, but unfortunately lap cars were in the way. Couldn't get off the track in time, so it just didn't work out. Couldn't get down low enough, and pretty much ended our chance of the win. But overall, a good day. Pretty chaotic race. Had to get a little aggressive a time or two, but overall, a much better result than we had at Charlotte. So I've got to walk away today with a smile on my face.
Do you send a message possibly out to the lapped cars right now and be like, hey, you guys got to respect us a lot more often? Or is there going to be does it have to be better communication? What do you think from your perspective?
It sucks. I mean, not having cautions in the last 5 laps, there's going to be things in the way, but when you're missing left front tires and right front tires, the least you can do is at least hang a left or a right and get out of the racing groove. So, pretty unhappy with them, but it is what it is. I don't know. I just guess I've got to hope for better at Martinsville and see if we can get back into the winner's circle.
What do you want to give shout-outs to?
I'll give a shout-out to all my guys. EHP, we only got 3 cars in today, but Alex got into the top 10, it looks like. So props to him, and unfortunately Kyle had some bad luck, so we got a few other cars we're going to try to get into Martinsville, and hopefully we can rack up some team points as well.
All right, we'll let you go, man. Nice job tonight. Great run.
All right, thank you, Marty.
Austin Edwards finishes in the 3rd position. Let's bring our 2nd place finisher in. That is Matt Barrett. Doug, you've got him. But first, Matt, welcome back, buddy.
Bing bong, bro.
Bing bong. Doug, you got it.
I probably don't want to know what the ding dong was about, but buddy, it is good to see you back up there. I know you've had some other races this week that have turned out really good, but here you are almost pulling off a win, but a 2nd place finish here tonight.
Yeah, man. Tough week last week, but all you can do is get ready and go this week, and that's what we done. Luke helped me out with a great setup. I mean, the thing just flew around the track all night. I got in a little trouble there at the beginning, got shuffled back to 22nd, and then throughout the first run got back up to 10th or 12th or something, and just kept chipping away. I knew I had a top 5 car as long as I kept it clean, but man, that was a crazy ending right there. I didn't know what to happen. Then when I saw Austin go through the grass, I was like, all right, just check up and go underneath him. That's all you got to do is just sit and wait at that point.
Well, man, you definitely happen to be right behind several incidents, and wreck avoidance, obviously key tonight for you, but you come through and pull off a great finish. What a way to start your season.
Yeah, man, that was we definitely needed it after not making the race last week. That's huge points night. I don't care about any of the prizes or anything. Most importantly, the points. Hopefully, we're going to come back out next week and do the same thing. We're going to call it squash after the first week.
Well, congratulations, buddy. Any team sponsors, anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, man, we just actually signed 4 full-year sponsors this week. When I didn't make the race, I was making money moves. So we got Rich D, PC, 3 Wide Designs, New York, Track Time Entertainment, and Colgan Enterprises on board for us this year. And I just want to thank them guys for coming on board and trusting in us. I told them we're the premier team. This is their first week. They got a little dose of it.
They definitely got their money's worth tonight. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you, brother.
Matt, one more question. One more
What's
question.
up, man? What's
How
up?
does the 1-2 finish sound? How's that feel?
That feels great, man. I want to beat Luke, but I'd be happy finishing second to him all year. So this was just a proving point to everybody that was talking all that junk last week. We're here, and I'm coming for you.
Nice job, man. Great run.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Matt Bear, our 2nd place finisher. And now it's time to go to K2 Victory Lane and talk with your race winner, and that is Luke Turpin. Luke, you can finally take a deep breath, man. How does that win feel?
Marty, I spend a lot of time slaying everyone in the game, but they forgot about me. Oh,
Gotta
man.
love XCAL. Go ahead.
That was tough, man. I got a black halfway through the race. I literally had to drive through the field to get back to the front. I mean, I had passed everybody, and it was hard work, man. I feel a little bad about how I got around Sean. I thought he saw me coming. I kind of mowed him down from about 9/10 back, and I didn't think he was going to cut me off like that. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, it was chaos at the end. I had to dodge a tire with 3 to go that was just sitting in the middle of the road. Austin drove a great race. Matt Bear, man, team owner, putting it 1-2. What more to say? Got Colgan Enterprises on the hood for the first time, straight to victory lane. We got brand new paint on the car. Still the old scheme, but some fresh paint. What else can you say, man?
What were you black flagged for? We didn't really expect that happening.
Yeah, I got pole, so I had the pit at the end of the pit run. Well, as soon as I go to pull out, I mean, the line's right there. I mean, it's like 3 feet at most. So my screen doesn't have time to load to tell me not to leave. I just assume I can leave, which is probably a bad assumption, but you think you can leave. Well, I saw Austin jam on the brakes, and it was far too late for me to do anything about it. So I got sent back to about 27th and had to just mow my way up to the front again.
Well, man, what's the statement show early in the battle for the championship? I know you didn't have a good finish last week, but Luke Turpin is here to stay.
I mean, it's redemption, man. After last week, some bogus 18-point penalty, they can't hold me down. We're going back to back, baby.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
First and foremost, team owner, PR person, Mr. Bing Bong himself, Matt Bear, teammates, Pat Sully, Greg Halls, drove great races. All the sponsors on the car this week, helping Matt Bear finish this deal for the whole season. And a lot of people ran clean. Big shout out to Kenny Tripp, man. That dude drove straight up tonight. I love that dude tonight. Good man.
Next week, Martinsville. Give us your expectations.
Man, I don't really know. I don't know if we ain't been there before, have we?
Nope, we have never.
Man. Austin's gonna be hard to beat, man. But at least I get to be his teammate for a week.
Well, enjoy this one, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
Luke Turpin taking home the race victory, and we give you your unofficial results. Official results are on xcalracing.com tomorrow night. A lot of things that, Aaron Hillebush and PDJ Zeller, they will have to review inside the hauler. Luke Turpin wins it. Matt Bear second. Austin Edwards third. Aiden McConaughey fourth. Alex Krapser fifth. Sean English sixth. Blake Wynn seventh. Alex Gretz eighth. Stephen Rex ninth. Zach Edwards 10th. Chase Johnson 11th. PDJ Zeller 12th. Patrick Sullivan 13th. Matt Pelletier 14th. Greg Holes 15th. Albert Hewins 16th. Jeremy Lutto 17th. Kenny Tripp 18th. Tyler Batchelder 19th. And Kyle Bartels 20th. Doug?
Josh Doobie comes home in 21st with Kenny Tripp in 22nd. Dwayne Robinson 23rd. Jorge Bustos is 24th, and Robert Colgan in 25th, with Jonathan Bergeron in 26th, Kyle Martin 27th, Tim Marlowe in 28th, Jose Godino in 29th, and Matthew Brinson in 30th after a late race having to pit strategy falling apart. Travis Rowland is 31st, Travis Sokup in 22nd, Nicholas Seams 23rd, Richard Holiday 24th, Thanos Gerald Poole in 35th, Jonathan Emerson 36th, 37th is John Domino, John Friley 38th, Brandon Varney 39th, Mason Foster comes home 40th, Derek Colson, Jonathan Bronson, and Alex Hallinar rounding out the field.
Man, what a race we had tonight. Give you the bonus points, of course. Your pole sitter was Luke Turpin. 5 bonus points for leading the lap. Luke Turpin, Austin Edwards, Alex Krapser, Sean English, Josh Doobie, Kyle Martin, and Matthew Brinson. Those are the only drivers that led laps. They each get 5 bonus points. Most laps led was Sean English. He led 125. He'll get extra bonus points for that. Fastest lap of the race was Luke Turpin, 22.605. So I believe he'll get bonus points for that. And our hard charger of the race was Alex Gratz from 42nd to 8th position, up 34 spots. He will get 5 bonus points for that. So now we look at next week at Martinsville at the Paperclip. First time XCAL has made a trip there. We don't know what to expect, but that low line again will be key.
I do expect to see some guys trying to make that outside line work. You can make it work in a truck and a cup car, but these obviously a different animal, so we'll have to see. I'm sure some of these teams will be testing it out this week to see what they can make work up on the high side. That if a team figures out how to make that high side work, I guarantee you that'll be the team to beat.
Absolutely. I think we'll see a lot of pinching down as well in the final laps of this one, like Martinsville, try and get drivers to hit the curb. But we'll see what happens next week. So that will do it for our broadcast tonight. On behalf of everyone at XCAL Racing, all the drivers and sponsors, our president is Aaron Hillebush. Our vice president, PDJ Zeller. Our senior admins, Alex Krapser, Paul Coleman Jr., Derek Colson, and yours truly. On behalf of my broadcast partner and our man in mission control tonight, that is Doug Burns. On How to Suck at iRacing, Marty Sakala signs off. We congratulate Luke Turpin for winning the XCAL Racing Web Shop 225. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Have a good one.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. Woo! This race promises to be a doozy, so I'm getting boozy. Woo! Howdy, partner. I'm so excited for next week's event that I'm shaking. Totally different shakes. Howdy, partner. You're watching XCAL Racing. Woo!